Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. Today it's the 8th of July 2024. Quick request, if I can make that of you, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, please, because that'd be marvellous and a big help if you do that for me. And today we're looking at a band called Forbidden Myth, and their album just came out recently, Zantea Chronicles, the Nightmare Awakens. Now, what we've got with Forbidden Myth here is it's like a spectacular epic in the style of all that glorious 1970s prog rock concept albums. But that said, it's got like an uplifting modern feel to it as well. And what makes it that little bit different is that there's no guitar or bass here, but that doesn't matter. Oh no, it doesn't matter at all. And what we've got here is it's like an ensemble cast of 9 vocalists accompanied by an array of keyboardists playing all sorts of pianos, good old-fashioned Hammond organs and synths, and a drummer as well. And like I mentioned, the guitars aren't missed at all, and that's because the way the keys and the synths are used in the compositions more than make up for it. In particular, the use of those big crunching Hammond riffs are excellent, and the synth solos are quite dazzling. You know, if you wanted to, you could think of them as guitar solos if it helps. But say that the guitars aren't missed at all. The whole album is so well done, and say that I think that twist of no guitar helps it. It's a proper throwback to an good old-fashioned proggy concept album, but brought up to date as well. This album continues the concept. It's around the myth of this world called Zantea that Forbidden Myth envisage, and The Nightmare Awakens is the follow-up to part 1, which was called The Dream Dominator. I'll note to self, get a copy of that as well. And I've got to thank one of the protagonists here, Antonis Adelphidis, for contacting me to, would I take a look at Forbidden Myth, and I'm so glad he did. It's just spectacular stuff all the way through. It does live up to that prog rock epic. The use of the Hammond organs, it's a nice attack about them, big crunchy riffs and soaring washers. They'll remind you of, say, a John Lord or a Ken Hensley. The synth work's a constant delight, adding to both the atmosphere and the mazy runs that complement those driving Hammond organs. The piano makes it all for add that in as well, and it all makes it for an immersive and engaging mixture of heavy, progressive, and symphonic rock. That ensemble cast of vocalists, all playing different characters, more than do their bit too. All spot on, and some really fantastic melodic elements that they bring to it as well. Some of the music, Overture of Rage starts it off quite nicely. There's like a gentle piano intro, and it builds into a kind of a ambient-ish opener, and then the fun starts. The Petrified Forest comes next. That's excellent. More of those. This is where all the driving Hammond organs and other keyboards kick in big time. They come along with a memorably infectious hook, sweeping vocals, magical stuff. The Puppet, more of that dazzling synth work, as does the Screaming Paradise. It's quite spectacular stuff. Just to pick something else out at random, an album full of highlights. The Sword of Doom, nice and heavily symphonic, and another remarkable synth solo. And that's what you can expect over the 70 minutes or so that this album runs on. That combination of punchy organ riffs, spectacular synth bursts, soaring vocals, all held together by solid rhythmic, steady drumming. Great stuff. Who needs a guitar when you've got something as good as this? Well, Forbidden Myth don't, and it doesn't matter. With The Nightmare Awakens, I think they've got a most fine and enjoyable album of retro modern symphonic progressive rock, and it's a concept to boot. What's not to like? Maybe we'll get a third part to continue the story, But until then, there's plenty to enjoy here on The Nightmare Awakens. It's available from Forbidden Myths BandCamp page, to which I will slot a link to in the description underneath. Properly recommended stuff. You know, it's that 70s throwback from the glorious prog rock concept days, but it's all brought up to date, and you know, that fresh modern feel to it as well. I like it plenty. Perhaps you will too. So that's that for this album. Please do subscribe to the channel before you go, because that would be a big help. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.